The bonds we form with one another are our greatest strength. The camaraderie and trust that develop through shared hardships and victories create a support network that sustains us. We are a family, not by blood, but by choice and by the trials we have endured together. This solidarity is what will see us through the darkest times. Shadows, they are creeping through the multiverse. I've been monitoring the network and I've noticed audio logs from Vanjikis we have never met before, and their timelines all share a new trend. Someone, no, not someone, something is out there. And it is not happy. At first I suspected this was just another game by the imposter. But I quickly realized that the imposter would never be capable of such feats. Not at this stage in the game at least. Damn it, this is not what we need right now. Why is the multiverse bleeding? Am I to believe even after we stopped the imposter's army and stopped an multiversal invasion of vampires? Am I to believe even after all that the multiverse is in a worse state now than when we started out? If the imposter and another force isn't the cause, then what is? Am I to suspect that the multiverse itself is sending a message? Am to assume that perhaps this the end result of all the war? Or am I to believe that every action has an equal and opposite reaction? Is what we view in these audio logs but the result of the existence of us Vanjikis? Does bringing in odor also invite shadows? Have all the bullets we fired over the years led to this? Have we made the multiverse bleed? There is only one way to know. I'm setting my sights on the first timeline to encounter these shadows. That version of us hasn't breached the multiverse yet. Hope you're ready to learn today, kid. Okay, jump set in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Man, this part of the multiverse is bleak as all hell. I've never seen a section contain on noting but blacks and grays. The color grading of this place or lack thereof is quite disturbing. Well, this is, wait. There's countless timelines here. By God, I can hardly keep count. Well, this explains a lot already. It's almost like we predicted back during the war. There is a place where bad timelines go. Most of these timelines, they are dead. These worlds are remnants of the imposter's warpath. These are the timelines he used to make his army. We fixed a symptom. We never fixed the problem. So it's not just because of us. The multiverse is bleeding from the inside out. It never healed from the war. It only chose to forgot. There's the timeline I'm after. Okay, let's try to land. That smell. It's still winter in this timeline. For most of us it's summer right now. Whoa, that's a lot of churches. I guess Lancaster is very religious in version of Earth. Okay, well, I'm locked onto the new Vanjikis coordinates. And touchdown. Wait, are my calculations off? This is one of the churches I saw from above. Where's Johnny? Vanjik. Is that you? Sorry, I'm kinda new to all of this. So you're this world's version of me? What's with the church boy get-up? What you call a get-up we call proper attire. I could also ask you why you have a gun in our church. Oh please, we fight and hunt monster for fun. And wait, you're telling me you believe in this God talk? To a degree, something had to make the multiverse after all. Well, agree to disagree for now. Why haven't you activated your call sign yet? I had to track your location the old way. And tell me, what good will I do my timeline by doing such a thing? No offense, but I've seen what happens to your timelines when you lot leave. We didn't have a choice, although I too disagree with it. To be blunt, we are screwed right now. These shadows, I know of them. My timeline did not benefit of having a Vanjik to go back and fix mistakes. The people of this earth have a very keen awareness and vast knowledge of the multiverse. In this timeline, you and I are not so special. Wait, you're telling me this whole planet understands the multiverse? Yes, and that's why there are no Vanjikis, until now anyway. But even then, as you can tell, I don't carry your firearms, I don't breach the multiverse. They call me Johnny Vanjik, but I'm no Duke of Lancaster. I'm just another student of this timeline. Okay, then tell me, why are these shadows spreading? We have thousands of these shadow timelines floating about, and they are infecting the multiverse. What is normal to your people will be a death sentence to many if we don't stop it. We have an immunity. My people have been living alongside these shadows for millions of years. They can afflict us, but only slightly. And as far as it goes for them spreading, I fear I don't have an answer. Then you're useless too. Wait. What's that book? The one at your side. You're a storyteller. You can fix all of this. No. My powers are not to be used. I've seen what happens when a storyteller gets involved. Then I'd say you speak more sin than the very impostor who set these events in motion. So says you. But your lot keep opening wounds in bear that already bleeding out. The only things letting the bear bleed out is those who sit back and do nothing. And with that I left the timeline. I could feel the weight of the revelations pressing down on me. The knowledge that the multiverse was in such dire straits was both overwhelming and clarifying. The Wasteland Vanjik, the Faerun Vanjik, and even the mysterious imposter Vanjik, all these versions of myself and our collective experiences painted a complex and grim picture. Yet, despite the chaos, one thing was clear: action needed to be taken. I decided to set my sights on the next critical timeline. According to the reports from the call sign network, there was a timeline that was on the brink of divergence. It was a version of Lancaster that had just started to experience anomalies similar to those reported by the orphan. If we could intervene early enough, we might prevent another disaster. As I prepared to jump, I couldn't help but think about the conversations with my other selves. Each Vanjik had their unique perspective and strengths, but the threat we faced required a united front. I sent out a call through the network, hoping to gather a small team of Vanjikis who were close enough to respond quickly. Vanjikis, this is Johnny. I've identified a timeline on the verge of divergence. If you're nearby, I need your help. Meet me in timeline LC 1389. Coordinates incoming. With the coordinates set and the call sent, I initiated the jump. The familiar sensation of traversing the multiverse engulfed me. Colors blurred, time stretched, and in an instant, I was standing in the new timeline. Lancaster in timeline LC 1389 was eerily similar to my home, yet subtle differences were evident. The air had a peculiar stillness, and the usual bustling streets were quieter than they should have been. I made my way to the rendezvous point, a dilapidated church that stood as a stark contrast to the vibrant place of worship I remembered from other timelines. As I approached, I saw two figures already waiting. One was the wasteland Vanjik, clad in his rugged armor, eyes sharp and scanning the surroundings. The other was the Faerun Vanjik, a mystical aura surrounding him, his presence both comforting and commanding. "Good to see you both," I greeted them. "We have a lot of work ahead of us." The wasteland Vanjik nodded, his expression grim. "We need to move quickly. I've already detected shadow anomalies in this area. They're spreading fast." The Faerun Vanjik closed his eyes briefly, sensing the magical disturbances in the timeline. "The fabric of this reality is weakening. If we don't act soon, it will tear beyond repair." I drew my .44 Magnum, the weight of the weapon a reassuring presence in my hand. "Let's find the source and put a stop to this before it's too late." Together, we moved through the deserted streets of Lancaster, our senses heightened, ready for any threat. The shadows were more than just darkness, they were tangible, malevolent forces that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. As we ventured deeper into the heart of the city, the air grew colder, and the presence of the shadows more oppressive. We reached the town square, the epicenter of the anomalies. The ground trembled, and from the depths of the shadows, figures began to emerge. They were twisted versions of the townsfolk, their forms corrupted by the very essence of the shadows. "Stand your ground," I ordered, and audio log.